What's going on, everybody? It is Friday. Welcome back to Level M Diecast. I decided I wanted to do another up-to-date video. I definitely want to get these videos up on a relatively quick basis. Today we're going to cover the 2008 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1. This is the C6. It's debuted in the 2008 mainline in blue. Probably one of the best Corvettes Matchbox has ever done, next to the C7, which came out later. I always liked this model. I like the fact that they incorporated the appropriate viewfinder, I guess you could say, in the hood. Obviously, I'm a big Mopar guy, so I'm always going to be Charger, Viper, whatever. But nonetheless, this is a really good car. It's a really nice one. It got a recolor in its first year into this dark maroon. Frankly, I think the dark maroon was better than the blue. But, you know, these D10 wheels is just, it's so appropriate for this car. They were perfect. You know, had the bigger rear wheels in the front. It was very Hot Wheels-esque. But for this particular model, I think it was the best thing they could have done. It was the most appropriate thing, and it worked out fantastic. Now, we're going to move on to 2009. In 2009, we got it in gold. Go for the gold. The gold's even better than the first two. I really like the gold. I think it works well. It would have been really nice to see that with some black wheels on it, but you know, when it comes to these $1 cars, they're kind of you get the mass-produced wheels. That's just kind of how it works. Also in 2009, we did get this in the Superfast. I believe this was the 40th anniversary Superfast. They were just the small window boxes, things to set on the shelf. They were not blistered. They were not carded. And really, this model, all it did was get some extra tampo print. I mean, there was not real riders. There was not die-cast base, nothing like that. All the models in the whole set were just basically extra tampo print, and that's cool. I mean, the extra tampo print's all right, but for the price bump, it really wasn't worth it, in my opinion. We're gonna move on to 2010 mainline, and then we get it in this awesome charcoal gray. Now the last version in that yellow, obviously that version was a lot nicer just because it got extra tampo print, but the charcoal gray was pretty sweet. The charcoal gray was definitely pretty sweet. And we actually got a recolor this year on the ZR1 as well, and that was recolored in this fantastic dark blue. You know, the ZR1 in dark blue is like the most iconic color, I feel like. It's kind of the color that you always saw all the time. You always were aware of it. I believe that was even the press color. So finally getting it in dark blue was perfect. I'm surprised it didn't debut in a darker blue. It kind of debuted in a lighter blue. They're both good, though. They're both good. So in 2010, we also got it in a 5-pack. And it's a Modern Rides 5-pack. And it came in this awesome metallic orange. The metallic orange was definitely one of the best colors thus far. Definitely one of my favorites. Up to this point, this definitely took the cake. I just thought it was just perfect. And to get it in a 5-pack, you know, it's like, oh man, you know, it's a good thing I wanted the rest of the cars in there. But if you're a Corvette guy and you just wanted Corvettes, well, you had to buy the whole pack. We're gonna move on to 2011 mainline. We got it in white, and I think that white, it looks good. It helps to really show off the casting. But you guys know as well as I do, white is not a sports car color. White is a very regular color, I guess you could say. But this particular model looks good in white. This definitely looked like it was more the luxurious side rather than the sports car side, which is cool. I mean, it's all right. In 2011, we also got it in another 5-pack. And for the first time, we got it in something that wasn't just a regular color. It was decoed up as a cop car. No front or rear tampos, which is really, really bad for this model. This model just screams having to have those details on it, especially when it's black, because then the whole model just gets completely just submerged in details that you can't even see. But I did like the fact that they were trying to do something a little different, throwing out the cop car and stuff like that. It was cool. It wasn't crazy. It was definitely something that could be realistic. But if you thought that was crazy, that was nothing, because in 2012, we got this ridiculously odd version. Now, the model is cool. The deco's cool. I really, really like, surprisingly, I really like the white wheels with the red foil print on there. But it was just so weird. And this is, 2012 was a rough time for Matchbox. They were doing some crazy decos. They were kind of losing their identity a little bit. They were trying to figure out exactly what they wanted to do. Mattel was trying to railroad them, because that's what Mattel does. Now, the next one coming up is the one I don't have. So in 2012, they also came out with it in a 5-pack of Batman, and I'm going to throw that up on the screen. We're going to move up to all the way to 2014. So we did not see this model in 2013. And in 2014, this was a 5-pack. Came in a 5-pack, exotic rides. It's the brightest yellow thus far. The previous yellow was a little darker. This is really bright yellow. It's nice. I like the darker yellow personally. I'm sure there's plenty of people who are out there who's like, heck yeah, man, a yellow Corvette, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. And that's cool and all. We did not see this model for 2 years. However, Matchbox was very kind to us, because after that 2-year hiatus came the, by far, best version we ever saw of this car. So in 2016, this came in a 5-pack, and this was phenomenal. I cannot even express to you guys how amazing this model is. The 5 spokes, black on black, and that fantastic deco stripe on it, front and rear tampos, tan interior. If you only ever get one model of this ZR1, this is the model to have. This is by far the best one of all the ZR1s they did. I mean, when this first popped up and people were starting to post pictures of it, I went nuts. It was like the coolest car of the year that year. I mean, you can't get better than that. You can't get better than that. And the thing is we saw this model one more time after this, and unfortunately, we went the complete opposite direction. Matchbox put it in the Shark Week promo set that was available at Toys R Us in 2016. Obviously, before they closed their doors, unfortunately, which is super sad. I really miss Toys R Us for as much as negativity I gave them when they were open. But they were integral to the diecast market. However, this was the version we got. All black, no front or rear tampos. When I first got this model, I was like, why did they make it a blue base? And then I realized when you look at the tampo, there's an ocean on the bottom, and it's supposed to replicate. Essentially, it's driving on the ocean or whatnot. And, the Corvette itself is kind of like a shark, I guess. It's cool. It wasn't aimed to be collector item. It was aimed for the kids, okay? And that's cool, okay? But those are all the versions. That's every version of the ZR1 up to date. Let me know what you guys like, don't like. I'm still working on some more up to dates. Hope you guys enjoy these. Hope these help you out with your collection, so you can fill in all those holes and those gaps. And we're going to roll because it's Friday. But we'll see you on the next video. Level M Diecast.